Greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And as always, welcome back to our, this time, a new installment of our Misadventures Continued, following Kaisar and his many adventures, or misadventures, in the southern colony. We are going to be doing something a little different that you might have, that is probably in the title somewhere. So we will get to that in a second. First, let's get announcements out of the way really quick. The Inn of Planar Crossroads is still trying to reach its $100 per month support goal. So if you want to help us support that, that would be great. You can do that by doing it by going through Patreon, Subscribestar, Locals, or direct contact. So those are the options there. Also, I think that I'm not sure when this will come out, but it might come out while we are still getting things ready for the rest of the next themed collaboration for June. So if it comes out before June, cool. If it comes out in June or after June, okay, that's cool too. But the plan is we're still continuing those with the with Avenue Studios, and the person that is new this time is actually associated with that. We've got Adonijah, of course, reprising his role as Kaisar. So that is this character here for those interested. And there we go. Let me see if I can pull up his character art for you. Oops. We're using Roll20 to give you guys some visuals, but other than that, this is just going to be a podcast that you guys can listen to. So this was art done by Adonijah himself, and that's pretty cool. So that's there. And I'll... then we also have...
Are you talking about the drawing? Or are
Yes.
you talking about... Oh.
I showed the
okay.
viewers the drawing, so there you go.
Well, I can't really see your screen, so I don't know.
Right, I can show y'all pretty easily. So you, for those that watched me do it, you right click and then you hit view character art on the character, and now you guys should be able to see it. Let me show to players.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah,
There
you go.
Cool.
All right. And you guys are hearing a new voice. So we have Adonijah playing Kaisar. We also have our new player, Mason, playing Volar. So that is cool too. So
what are these things here for?
I cannot see your screen, so I can't answer that.
These bottom things, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Those are shortcuts for different actions that you have that you use a lot, and then you can just leave them down there, drag them down off your character sheet and leave them down there.
Oh, okay. I might just do that.
So that is what we've got as far as changes. So let's go ahead and actually, we know who Kaisar is. He is the shape changer. We have Shield Boy, who's just kind of his follower, and he is the shield, the muscle behind him, and can't speak. He's mute, but other than that, he's there to help out Kaisar, because Kaisar helped him out. But the new player, Mason, he's got Volar. So what does Volar look like?
He is a green and silver dragon folk with wings.
All right. And what type of stuff does he do? What does he kind of specialize in and things like that?
Specialized would be fire breath and flying.
Okie dokie. Because you got fire breath, flying, and your thing here says he's able to make webs.
Yes, he can make webs, and once a year, once a year, he has to go in a web for a day to grow up a year old.
Oh, kind of like a cocoon then.
Yes. It says cocoon in my description.
There we go. Cool beans. So that gives you guys a basic visual idea of Volar and what he can do. Now, we haven't fully decided yet on where Volar is from, so that's what we're going to kind of set up this time, them meeting up and them maybe having a bit of a thing to bond over. So, where do you think Volar is from? Is it looking like he's from over here in the Valley Lake Mountains, or is he more towards where the dwarves were living in Minetown?
Right there. If you can look on the map, that's where he is. Right there.
Okie dokie, that's where he's from?
Yep.
All right. So that would make sense. So he would know a little bit about Valley Lake then. He would know that that is where the king and queen, I guess you could say, of the forest folk over here. They live in Valley Lake Castle, and he's probably had interactions with that kingdom. And since he's that close, because the dwarves usually control down to here, and this horseshoe is where the forest folk have, so like the beastkin and things like that, have control of these mountains here. So that's a pretty good focal point to have. That might be where does he have family that lives there on those mountains, or is he there by himself?
He's there by himself. He came from a land far away that got like mountains that got attacked, and he had to leave. He was the only survivor.
So the mountains got nuked and he got sent off just like Team Rocket and landed on the mountain right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I think with that being the case, I'll let you guys decide. Do you guys want to say that Volar encounters Kaisar in Crosstown, which is here, or did you guys meet up at Iron Stronghold, which is up here, which is where Kaisar was headed?
Yeah, I'm heading to this place right here, and I'm going to go to the very top of it, and I'm going to Hazavinya.
I was just taking a walk, and that's where I met him at, like, we both met up in front of the Iron Stronghold, because I was, like, taking a walk around.
So you were
Okay.
taking a walk hundreds or like 50 miles away or so from your
Yes.
original house area?
Yes,
Original home?
he likes taking
So he likes to travel?
Yes, he likes taking very long trips all over.
Okay.
So he takes walkabouts.
So we
Sound about there. Oh,
we met
give
up
me a second.
about here. We met up about here is where we found
Hello.
each other.
Okay, so we can let Addie finish that call with my mom that he's on. I'll start setting the scene for everybody while he's doing that. So let's see. We have, for those that were watching last time, we left off with several days worth of rolls for the groups for Kaisar and Shield Boy's travel. They were traveling from High Hill to Crosstown. We're going to kind of shift those around a little bit because of bringing in the new player. So we're going to be coming up and we're moving past that. And now we're going to be coming to, let's see, I think the best spot would be right about here, just before getting into the Iron Stronghold's hot, big, tall hill. So High Hill has High Hill has a hill that it is on, but the Iron Stronghold has this very large mound, and it's been built up a little bit over the years. It probably was not as tall as it is now, but over the time that the dwarves have been living there, it seemed to get a bit more taller and massive. It was always taller than High Hill, but now it's very big. And this castle right here looks like it's almost been made out of the hill and the stone within the hill itself. And you can see it from far away when you are traveling north from Crosstown.
So when we're about here, we can see it?
Well, you
Or
can...
can we see it from Crosstown?
It's far away in Crosstown. It's a week's journey away, remember? So it's a... Crosstown is a week from High Hill, and it's a week from the Iron Stronghold. And
So
it's a
Volar...
little... it's a little more than a week from Valley Lake.
So Volar was just taking a straight line path over a week away to get there?
I flew most of the way.
Okay, what? Also, Daddy?
Hmm? Yes?
Why aren't you using the yellow one?
The what?
Why are you using sisters? You're using sisters.
I'm using Sisters, yes. Because it's the one on my main screen. Anyway, we've got you guys right about there at the... Right about there on the bottom of High Hill, of Iron Stronghold. You're coming up and you can start to see the gates, Kaisar. And as you are, you see that there seems to be this scuffle happening. You're not at the gates. You're gonna make the gates by today of the Iron Stronghold, but you are coming up on a...
Daddy.
Hmm?
I don't know what I did. There's... What's this? There's a skull. Oh.
That's not a big deal.
What did I do?
Nothing.
Can I take it off? How do I get this square off me?
You've selected yourself. You don't need the square off. Don't worry about it too much. So.
Oh, I can't move myself.
We'll fix it later. You can tell me where you want to move. So we get to...
Daddy, I can't move myself.
We get to the... that moment. Kaisar sees some people there, and there's this overturned cart, and it's too far away from Iron Stronghold to be messed with, but there's some dwarves here, a dwarf woman and her baby, and they seem to be surrounded by these odd things. They seem like slugs almost, made of black and dark stuff. So, what does Kaisar want to do?
Well, what does the surroundings look like? How many are there?
There's 3 of them that you can see. You see it clearly. They're not trying to hide.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
You said there's 3 of them, right?
Yes.
I guess I want to attack the closest ones.
Okay, so you're gonna start an attack. So you see that
Well,
and do what?
well, could I be able to turn into them or look like them?
You have
Try
to
and sneak in
study
there?
something to be that way, to do that. You can sneak up if you want to. It's up to you. There's not a lot of hiding right here. The Iron Stronghold dwarves have kind of cleared out a lot of the brush and stuff, so it's pretty clear. It's a good mile from, at least, from their stronghold that they cleared out all the trees and everything. So do you want to sneak, or do you want to go right in and start attacking these slugs?
I guess I just want to start going in and attacking them.
Okay. So, were you the horse at this time?
Yes, I believe.
Okay. And you want to
I
shift
am.
into yourself?
No, not yet. I want to get a little closer first.
Okay. So, you start to rush in as the horse with Shield Boy on your back, and Volar, as you are flying over on your way on one of your trips to this time to the Iron Stronghold, you see that there is this horse riding towards this cart that's overturned, and there's these 3 slugs about to attack, from what you can see from your flying vantage point, a dwarf mother and her child. So, what do you want to do?
I want to try to blast them with fire.
Blast the slugs?
Wouldn't that set the carriage on fire too? How
It's
far are the slugs from the carriage?
The slugs, the dwarf mother and her child are trying to hide inside the carriage. It doesn't have a cover on it. It was probably just a day trip wagon that they had, and now it is overturned. The reins and stuff and all were broken, and they're hiding inside of it, and the slugs are not on top of them. They are coming towards them. These big, huge slugs.
Also, can you remove that black dot right there?
I will remove things in a minute.
Okay. Okay. So are they mice? Are they me as the horse's size?
They are not the size of a horse. We're trying to see what Mason wants to do, though. He wants to...
Okay.
He mentioned his fire breath, but is he going to do fire breath, or is he going to charge down, or what he's going to do?
I'm gonna actually just... I'm gonna use short bow.
Your short bow?
I'm gonna roll my short bow.
Okie dokie. All right. 11. These things don't have very much dexterity, so they have... You're able to hit one. What you can tell from your vantage point is as you shoot it, it sticks in there, but the slug doesn't make much movement, and it just keeps starting to move forward towards them still. And now, let me see. Let's go ahead and get an initiative set up. So you guys roll your initiative.
Where?
So pull up your character sheet.
Character?
Mm-hmm. And
yes.
you're flying, so roll your
No,
agility. So you got your character sheet up, and you go to your physical attributes, and you click agility.
Roll.
19. And what about Kaisar?
My agility?
Mm-hmm. And we're going to use your agility,
It
not your
says I can't
transformed ones.
do a initiative because I'm not in the encounter scene.
Do what? What does it say?
Well, I can't hear you guys. What'd you say? No, what'd you say? My
That's-
headphones got unplugged.
I asked what you said, why you can't roll initiative.
It says that there is no active combat encounter in your current viewed scene.
Just roll your agility.
Okay. 6.
6. All right. So Kaisar's going to get there, but first we're good. It's going to go Volar, dwarves, 3 slugs, and then Kaisar, and then come back to the top. Well, I forgot to do Shield Boy. So let me see. He doesn't have anything. Wow, Shield Boy.
Now, Mason, you might want to watch it. These things might, Did he just roll a 28 on agility?
Yeah, he doesn't even have any bonus. He just rolled a... I don't understand how he rolled a 28.
Under here.
Oh, he exploded.
Uh,
All
1d20 and what? So he rolled a 20 and an 8?
Yeah, he exploded on his dice and got a 28 with no bonus.
Well, you should have done that on a... You should have rolled that for an attack, man.
I know, right? All right. So actually, it's going to go Shield Boy, Volar, Dwarves, Slugs, Kaisar. Okay? So,
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put Shield Boy. Well, I don't need Shield Boy over there. Okay. So, you guys are running up. Shield Boy
So
is
it's
going
Shield
to...
Boy.
Right. Shield Boy is going to...
It's Shield Boy, Volar, and Slugs, and then me.
Yeah, well, there's the dwarves in there too, but they're unarmed right now. So... So, we are going to roll for Shield Boy. He actually does have more than that. I just didn't have it up on here. So, Shield Boy... He's going to throw his spear, most likely, because he keeps a short spear. So, that is a roll d20 plus 1d6. Ugh. Typed it wrong.
I'm still hearing that kitten, man.
Okay.
Is it,
I don't even have it close to me. It's pretty far.
must be screaming pretty loud then. Ooh, that's a 3.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what that result... Well, I don't know why it's a 3. That's weird. That didn't roll right. We'll re-roll again to see why that didn't roll right. 1d20 plus... That's probably what the problem was.
How do I get this off of my character?
We'll fix it later. 11. 11 does hit. It just does minimum damage, though. These things are not very... do not seem to have a very high guard. They do not move very fast. But they do seem to be very squishy. So that's just 1 damage. And he probably glanced up at Volar.
Which is why we need to exploit them.
He probably glanced up at Volar, tapped...
What?
Wait, they have gingers?
What, the slugs?
And shot poisonous stuff at him.
So, after he throws his spear, Shield Boy taps Kaisar on the side of his horse neck and then points up at Volar so that Kaisar can see that Volar's up there, and he's the one that shot the arrow that hit the one that he just hit with a spear. So, That is what happens on his turn. Now it is Volar's turn. So Volar, you're still up in the air at the moment. Do you want to do anything? What do you want to do to this?
Wait, what about my turn? Did we already? Oh.
It's not your turn yet. We're in initiative.
I want to move into an angle where
Oh no, I just was looking at this.
There. I want to move into an angle over the wagon and then shoot a fire blast at one so I don't burn the wagon because it's like behind me.
Okay. So you can do that still. You want to do that still flying, or you want to land?
I want to keep flying.
Okay. So you're going to do kind of like a flying by attack type thing. Okay. So you can definitely angle it that way. Do you want to hit one or try to hit all three of them?
I will roll.
Okay, but you're looking to hit
I'm
one
trying
or
to
all
do.
three?
I'm gonna. All three.
Okay, let me look at your sheet real quick. So if you try to hit all three, that's going to be 3 disadvantage. If you try to hit just one, it's not going to be any disadvantage.
I'm gonna hit all three.
Okay, so what you do, click your energy, and before you hit the roll button, you go level of advantage, disadvantage, right there, and you type 3 instead of 0. And then you hit roll
3.
disadvantage.
Oops.
That's okay. It shows me the rolls, so we can break it down. So you rolled a 15, and then it wouldn't be 26. It would be 3, 1, 1. It'd be 1, 1, 2. Okay, so 2. So it'd be 19, which is enough. And it seems like when you hit these things, they do not like the extra heat, but there's this slimy coating. So you definitely know that the fire did hurt them. And this, normally, you would be able to try and catch things on fire. These things don't seem to want to catch. So it did damage them, but they don't seem to want to take persistent damage from a fire attack.
That's weird.
Yep, well, they're all slimy and stuff.
They probably have some sort of coating on the, like, water. Like, I said there was a slimy thing. So it's probably not, well, it's not flammable slime then.
But it did hurt them. Still did damage. All right, was that against the one you had already shot with the arrow or a different one?
The one I already shot with the arrow.
Okay.
Wait, why do you have advantage 3?
It was a mistake. I added it up in my head instead because it can show me the rolls here.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now it's the dwarf's turn. They see that some people seem to be coming to help them, and they seem very glad. So they take the risk of moving around and going to the other side of the wagon to be even further away from the creatures. So let's see. Would these things... No, they probably wouldn't. So the dwarves are going to make a quick roll. Four. So they try to do that, but the woman kind of stumbles and is able to get on top of the wagon, but not able to get over the wagon. So these things can still reach her because she's holding the baby and it's hard to climb. So she's on the wagon, but not over the wagon yet. So these big slug creatures, it's their turn now. They're going to advance, and they're not very smart, but they have been hit. One of them is not going to advance. The one that's been hit a bunch, it's going to look up at the sky with its kind of eyeball things
And
on
it's gonna
its
shoot
head,
poison blast.
and it's gonna go. You see it kind of puff up a little bit and go, and it shoots a spit wad, a
I
snot
knew
wad
it.
at Mason, or at Volar, should say. So roll 1d20, and we're going to say this was a +3. Oh, it didn't get very much. 9. So it definitely misses Volar, but you all now know that they can spit things a good ways away if they want to. So that one does
Can
that.
you please take the picture of my character off and then put it back in, please?
I cannot do that right now.
There's orange things that are starting to get annoying around it.
I cannot do that right now.
Blinking.
We're in the middle of a combat. So, continuing, we are going to go to the next two. They are going to move forward and try to attack the dwarf. She's out of range for them, so it'll be a little difficult. So we're going to roll 1d20 plus. Ooh, they are not rolling well today. So they miss.
Nope.
That's terrible. So let's see if I can go up and roll again. No, it got the same thing again. The second one got the same. The last one got the same thing. They're not doing very good, these slugs. So, let me see. That means that the
I am utterly shocketh.
That means we're down to Kaisar. So you have you want to finish riding up, I assume, Kaisar?
Yep.
All right. So you trot up. Do you want to transform as you come, or do you want to? How do you want to thematically do that?
Shield Boy's still on my back.
Right.
So what would he do if I started to transform?
I would just have him make a quick agility check to make sure he doesn't, tumble to the ground or something. As long as you do it as you're going, he can probably do a little agility roll to not have to worry too much about falling over or something.
Okay. So I guess I'll just neigh or something. Try and get him to see that I'm transforming. And
Okay.
I'm gonna turn into a human again. Or human form.
Okay. So you're turning into your
Enter the
humanoid form.
combat mode.
Okay. So you can do that without having to roll anything because you've got that ability. So now let me have him make his plus. He is at 1d6. Ooh. He doesn't get the message quite in time, and he tumbles to the ground. So he falls to the ground a little bit, a bit surprised, but he's prone on the ground at the moment. But he can get up his next turn and stuff, so it's not too terrible. So, you transformed into your creature. So, what do you want to do? You transformed into Kaisar. What do you want to do? You're right there by one. You're right there by the closest one, which is the one that has been burned and shot and arrowed and speared.
I'll be rolling my saw blade attack.
Okay.
10.
10. That actually is enough to hit and do minimum damage. These things do not have a bunch of special, a bunch of guard. So 10 is enough to just hit and do a minimum damage. So you do 1 point of damage.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to do anything else on your turn before we go to Shield Boy?
I'm assuming it's a minor action type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I still attack?
You can't attack with a minor action, no. You could say something or interact with something on your belt, but you don't really have a lot of stuff to draw or reload or anything, so.
Well, I was just testing my saw blade out. I guess is how it'd be thematically on them. Since I saw they were squishy, I am going to put my saw blade away. And my hand is going to turn into more of a one with bigger saw teeth. So I can try and grab them and smack.
Okay. Well, if you want, you can roll your... Well, let me see. You have learning, don't you?
Extraordinary? What? Or is it?
You
mental?
have a 2 in learning.
I have 2 learning.
You can roll a learning to see if the way that the saw blade worked was good or not.
Okay.
2. No, you don't think it was very good.
It's a 2.
So, yeah, you can change your arm if you want to or something like that.
Well, it'd be more my wrist and hand.
Okay.
Yep. I guess I won't do anything except move back then.
Okay. So, you make that quick attack, do a minimum damage, and then now it is Shield Boy's turn. So, Shield Boy is probably going to activate a probably going to activate a heal. Let me see.
I'll be right back. I have
Okay.
to do something.
Okay, so he's gonna activate a... Let me check his available boons, because he probably would do a... Well, he's gonna first get up, spend half his movement to get up, go over, pull out his spear out of the creature so that he has it, and then he is going to activate a bolster, most likely. Show details. It is going to try and activate a bolster of 1 through presence. So let's see his presence. His presence is a 2d6. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. So his presence is a 2d6. We'll get that rolled. Roll 1d20 plus 2d6 exploding. Got an 18. So he is able to activate it on, and he's going to activate a bolster on Shield Boy. Not on Shield Boy. He's going to activate a bolster on himself. No, that's the same thing I just said. He's going to activate it on Kaisar. He's going to activate it on Kaisar. All right. So Kaisar is done. Now it is Shield Boy is done. It's Volar's turn.
I want to land, pull out my dagger, and stab at the one that has had fire burnt and arrowed. I want to jab at that one with a dagger.
Okie dokie. You can do that.
But I want to land, of course.
Okie dokie. That'll put you between the monsters and the thing. 5. Unfortunately, that does not hit. Maybe when you landed, you landed kind of funny, and so it messed up your strike, so you couldn't get it this time. So.
I landed on like a rock, and I wasn't like ready to land on like a tiny stone, and it hit my my foot, and I was like, ah. So like I didn't jab the right way.
There you go. All right. Is there anything else you want to try doing?
I want to try to wrap it in webs. Wrap its eye in webs or eyes.
Well, you'll have to do that next time if you want to do
What would
that.
webs be? Would that be?
I believe he has that running through your alteration. So that on your next turn, you can try rolling your alteration to do a blinded, is what you would be going for. Okie dokie.
Okay. So nope, there's nothing else I want to do.
All right. So now we are to the little dwarves. They are going to successfully, they don't even have to roll. They're going to successfully go over to the rest of the way to the other side of the wagon. And now we are to the creatures. So they see that you have landed. So they are going to focus in on, I guess, Volar. Well, everybody's there, but Volar's the main one that's been attacking, so they're going to focus in on Volar. So, let's see. They are going to use probably their... Yeah. They will use their might, I think. So, that's going to be a 2d6. So we're going to do roll 1d20 plus 2d6. Nope, they roll bad again.
Makes sense.
Okay, what is your guard again?
16.
16? Okay, two of
Yes.
them miss. So the first one misses bad. It's probably the one that you've been attacking a lot.
Yeah.
It seems to be really damaged. The one beside it, it misses also, but you're a little off balance from that first one, and the third one is able to get a smack in on you.
Yeah.
So it does hit. Let me see. I'll put that damage on there for you. So your 26, 16 is your bill there. So current. So 20. So 16 minus 23. We'll get that on there in a second. That's all of them. It's Kaisar's turn.
What is the token thing with my Kaisar?
What do you mean?
There's a token thing by the name. All I did was come back over here and it says token Kaisar with a separate sheet that's mine. Or that's my character.
I don't know. You're right here. We're not even...
Anyway,
we'll fix it in a
I
little
guess
bit.
I'm just gonna attack again.
Okay. Are you attacking the one that's been damaged a lot already, or a different one?
I want to attack the one that's closest to the mother.
Well, she crawled over and got on the other side of the wagon, so she's safe right now. Right now, Volar has landed and is being attacked by all three, but you guys are right there, so you guys can start all attacking in.
Okay, so whichever. I guess I'll just go for the damaged one then if they're all attacking Volar.
Okie dokie.
I guess I'll use... What forms do I have again?
You have a dark folk, that spider thing,
I wouldn't really want to turn... I would not really want to turn into the abomination right now, or amalgamation, whatever you called it. Something with an A.
Right.
Oh, it's amalgamation. I wouldn't want to turn into that right now. Or really the spider.
Okay.
Or really the dark folk. So,
Well, you have a spider, a
I
dark folk, you have a
guess
small dragon, you have the what other things have you seen and paid attention? You have a few basic animals type of thing, like dogs and
I
stuff.
think I've seen a lizard man. Have I seen a lizard man?
He's seen
No.
me.
Yeah, but he doesn't
Yeah.
he can
wait,
change
no,
into what you
that was in
look like,
Misadventures.
but
I
if
mean,
he
the
wants
other.
to mimic your abilities, he has to actually study you. So,
Oh, I know what we could do. I could study Volar, and then we could do a double fire blast attack and demolish everything in our paths. And then when we get really leveled up, we'll basically nuke the entire enemies
well, if you
with a
wanted
double fire
to,
blast.
if you want to do something like that, you can't do that right this second, but if you wanted to do something like that, you could change your body, like your head and neck, into that dragon form you do
I know.
have and use your alteration for it.
Wouldn't that have to be stomach? The stomach too? Well, where's the fire coming from?
You make the
Or
organs you
coming
need.
from?
My
That's part of
fire
your
is coming
alteration.
from
Well,
the
yeah.
The fire is coming from my mouth. The webs is coming from my tail.
You have a web tail?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. I guess I'll just the fire didn't seem really effective.
Well, it did hurt it. It doesn't seem to take
Water would be
persistent
effective,
fire
wouldn't it? So I guess
damage.
earth would be the most effective thing. But I guess that insecticide. But besides that, earth would be the best option for this, unless they're
Better decide.
Do I have any earth abilities?
You haven't cultivated any real earth abilities, no.
Man, I can't be an earthbender. Guess I'll just go with the normal attack.
With the saw blade or with something else?
Yeah.
Alright. That's
Guess I
enough.
just do the saw blade. It's a 10. Minimum damage again.
Yep. Alright.
Can I roll to see if he sees? Can I roll to see if he understands that it might work better if we could saw it, or if we could stick it and then saw it?
You can
or
roll
something
another
like that.
learning again for your minor action if you want.
It's a
7.
7.
You seem to be getting a better understanding of these things, and as you're thinking, you're maybe as the way that Kaisar thinks, sometimes he'll take some time and then his skin kind of changes a second, like a chameleon, to match the skin of those things, and he looks at it and he can tell that the saw blade is doing fine damage. It's definitely making an effect. The bladed weapon seems to be making an effect. There doesn't seem to be a problem with that. So
Oh, okay. So I don't think piercing would be a good idea since they're so squishy. Well, I mean, are you talking about weak squishy, or are you talking about actually squishy?
they don't seem to have, from the learnings that you've done so far, you haven't got a good beat on them, but you're thinking they don't seem to. You know the stuff about them not catching fire because you saw that, but you think that so far the weapons you used, the least effective was probably, from a mechanical standpoint, was probably the piercing weapons, but the bladed weapon seems to be doing fine, like the daggers and the saw blades. So you seem
Well,
to.
Serrated.
the dagger missed.
Ow!
That's true. The dagger did miss. So you didn't actually see the dagger hit, but you would assume.
I guess I'll just be sticking with my saw blade then.
Okay, you did that already. So you did your rolling, your learning. Okay. So now we're back at the top, I believe. And, oh, you needed to roll another D8 for me, because you were supposed to roll with advantage because you're bolstered.
D8 for what?
You're bolstered. You get one advantage.
I'm bolstered?
Yes.
Oh, where's... Oh, can I go down here? And... No, it won't let me. Okay, how do I roll a D8? Go down here.
You're not paralyzed. I'm
I don't
just
know
putting
how to...
that on so I know you're bolstered. I can roll it for you. It's all right. You type like
Okay.
roll. You type it. I'll show you later. 1d8. We'll see if that makes a difference to your hit.
Okay.
No, the one you rolled was already better. So, we'll just remember to do that. All right. So, now we are to Shield Boy. Shield Boy has already bolstered Kaisar. So, let's see. What do I have him? Defense Mastery, Extraordinary Defense. He's going to try and provoke the creatures. He's going to pick the one that's close, but not the closest. The closest one has been attacked by the fire, so he's going to go with the one after that. He's going to try and do that with his presence. So we are going to 1d20 plus 2d6. 23. You can tell he got the attention of that one. So now it's going to go after him. In fact, let me see, that probably beats their resolve by 10. So I'm going to say that both of the other ones start to come towards him. You see him, he can't make noise with his vocal cords, but you see him slam his shield with the spear, and this shifting, like when the heat is coming off of the road and it warbles the light, it's like that comes off of his shield, and you can see those two things focus in on him. So all right, now we are back to Volar. So what do you want to do, Volar?
Okay, what would be my webbing?
Your webbing?
Yes.
That's alteration.
I'm going to shoot my webbing, but light it on fire with my fire. So like I'm gonna shoot webbing, try to wrap it up, and then shoot fire to light the webbing on fire.
I tell you what, that's 2 actions, but if you get high enough on your roll, we can let that happen. Otherwise, you'll have to set it on fire next turn.
Okay.
All right. 16.
And is that enough to do my fire too?
No, but if you spend a legend point, I can make it to where it is.
How many legend points do I have?
Right now you have 1. Everybody has 1 right now.
I'll do it next turn.
Okay. All right. So you were shooting at the same one you've been attacking then?
Yes.
Okay, were you trying to paralyze it, or are you trying to blind it?
I was just trying to, like, wrap it up so it can't move.
Okay, so you're trying to hold it in place. So right now it is immobilized. It cannot move. All right.
So it's not. It can't move.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So that is his turn. The mama dwarf kind of peeks around, and she goes. She takes out a little flask that she had, and she tosses it at the closest one, which is the one you guys have been damaging. So we're gonna say that she tries that. Say, roll. She's not particularly skilled, so we'll give it a d6. Whoa! Apparently her mama instincts kicked in. She got a 25, which, so it's almost, you think for a second, Volar, she might have thought about what you were doing, but it was probably a coincidence. She threw some bottled fire onto the thing, and so it did what you were thinking about. It caught that on fire also. So it took some damage, and now it's flailing about with the webs that are caught on fire. So it's going to take persistent damage. In fact, it's pretty damaged from that. It seems like between the glass breaking on it and the fire catching it, did not have a good time with that one. So that just happened with the dwarf mama. We're all done with that. Next up is the critters. They are going to do their 2d6, I believe. So roll 1d20 plus 2d6 exploding. And first one, that's the damaged one anyway. It's its turn, so it takes persistent damage. Not only does it miss, but we'll say that between you guys and the mama, that one kind of almost, the fire doesn't really catch it and melt it. It's like it itself starts to melt away and go into this goopy mess that evaporates, this goopy black stuff that just evaporates as it's dying away. And so now there's only two left, so let's see what they do. First one, they're both going to attack Shield Boy. That's a miss. That's actually a hit. Wow, they hit Shield Boy. So let's see. Shield Boy, we're gonna put some damage on him, but not too terribly much. So he took some damage, and you can tell when he hit. There we go.
I'm looking at.
Hmm?
I'm looking at Shield Boy's inventory, and he has 0 current health.
Yeah, I haven't got his information in there, so I'm having to use my other character sheet I have for him. I'll get it in there before next game.
Oh, okay.
So he's not dead. He's not dead.
Okay.
Yet. No one's dead yet. Okay. So that's that. Now we are to Kaisar. What do you want to do? There's
attack.
2 left. Okay. Gonna move up and attack one of them that are attacking Shield Boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I still too dumb to understand that the saw's working better than piercing stuff?
No, you kind of got that the slashing weapons were doing fine. So You did that last time. If you want to roll your learning first, you can to see if there's any other information you can get.
I'll just do an attack roll.
Okie dokie. 20. All right.
20.
That exceeds by 10.
What about my 1d8? Is that...
Did you
also
add
still
in
there?
your... Did you add... Oh, your D8 exploded. Okay, so we can't get better than that. So, you're good. That is 10 over. So you can try and inflict a bane if you want to. Your saw blade has different types of things it can do as far as banes. So let's open that up. Saw blade. It can do persistent damage or disarmed. So you can do either one of those.
Damage.
Persistent damage. All right. So you do some persistent damage on one of them. Got it. All right. Next up is Shield Boy. He is going to try... He's got them provoked already. He's going to do, I guess... He's going to do a persistent... just a regular attack. But this time he's going to use his might. So he's going to try and jab the spear deep into one. That's a bit better of a roll for him. So, /R, 1d20 plus 1, no, yes, 1d8. 11, well, he does some damage. So, he does do some damage. He's going to maintain that boon on that. All right. Now we're back at the top. Volar. No, wait. That was just Shield Boy. Yes, we're back to Volar. Okay.
I want to, like, what's the one closest to me?
The one that was stabbed by... The one that's being attacked by Kaisar and Shield Boy.
I want to attack... I'm going to attack the one that they are not attacking.
Okay. That one's a little further away, but it's just a 5-foot step for you, so you don't have to worry too much. You are ready to attack.
I try to stab it with my dagger.
Okay. We need to
I'm going
remember,
to
you
roll.
guys, that if you're rolling and you don't actually have to take a movement action, you could do a focus action to give yourself an advantage.
What's a focus action?
It means you're going to give up your movement in order to attack, basically.
Attack?
To attack better. So if you want to try that...
But
you can still reach it if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so when you click on your dagger, when you click to use your dagger with your agility, your agility or your might, since you're that close, you can do either one. They're both the same. Instead of clicking roll, you just click advantage 1.
Dagger advantage 1.
There you go. An 8. Bummer. Let's see how that roll came out.
I missed, I'm guessing.
Yeah. That's a rough roll. All right. Okie dokie. So that's what you got there. The dagger does not seem to be your friend today.
Yep.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay, so now we are to the dwarf. She's going to kind of pop around the other side, and this time she's got a different colored flask. It looks green, and she throws it.
Poison,
We'll see.
I'm guessing.
She rolled, what was it last time? A d6? We'll say a d6.
Yeah, it was a D6, I remember.
1d20 plus 1d6. 14. Well, she still hits. You can tell that this one splashes on her, on the creature, and it was the one that Volar was trying to go after. And it does damage, and you see it goes sizzle type of stuff along the creature, and it goes. It's more gloopy. So it was like some kind of acid or something, probably. So that's what she does. Then she hides again.
Yeah.
Now we're to those things. They are going to keep going after. They're going to keep going after. Plus 1d6. Shield boy. First one misses. Second one misses. They are not good at hitting shield boy now. So, that's what they're going to do. I guess they're not smart enough to do that though. So, all right. Now we are to Kaisar. Addie,
Yes.
what do you want Kaisar to do?
I want him to attack the remaining ones.
The one closest to you, or the one a little that Volar was after?
The one closest to me.
Okie dokie.
Do I still have bolster?
You still have bolster, and technically you could roll with another advantage if you use your if you don't have to move, if you use a focus action.
Well, am I right by it?
Yes. So you could use your agility, and when you click agility, instead of saying where it says level of advantage, disadvantage, instead of that, instead of a 0, you put 2.
Okay, so I roll now.
Yes.
12.
That's enough to hit. Not spectacular rolls today. All right. But that does get that one. And now we are to Shield Boy again. Shield Boy is going to try and stab once more. So that's a d20 and a d8. Roll. $17. That slices in, and you see these things are starting to regret their current predicament. So, at least the one directly by Kaisar and Shield Boy, and even the one that's being attacked now. So, they're not very happy. So, what's Volar want to do?
I want to stab the weakest one.
That would be the one that is being attacked by Shield Boy and Kaisar.
I'm going to roll dagger.
All right. Do you want to do that as a focus action or regular?
And stab it.
Ooh, 25. That did good anyway. I'll let you Did you want to do see if you could get higher than a 6 on that D8?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll type that in for you. Nope, your roll was higher. So 25. That is 15 over. It's so you stab and slice into it, and as you do, it's like it arched it back at just the right time, and so it slices up its undulating back, and it kind of spills all of the things that this thin skin that it had kind of spew out of it, and it's like it evaporates almost. This darkness evaporates almost immediately as it hits the light and the sunshine. It's
Wow.
and it just dissipates into this gloopy blackness and then nothing.
And 2 down, 1 to go.
There you go. All right. That means we are to the dwarf woman, and she yells, let me see. I am out of potions. And that's what she yells. So she's out. She can't help no more.
Can she punch one?
Well, she's technically holding her little dwarven baby, so probably not.
Throw the dwarven baby and make it bite the creature.
Oh, throw the little dwarven baby, give it a little dwarven dual axes, and just throw it?
Yes.
No, she's not gonna do that.
I know. Makes sense.
All right. Now we're to this creature. This creature suddenly stiffens up. Its eye stalks move a little bit to look around, and then it starts to burrow underground and leave. So that's what it does. It burrows and it goes into, it actually makes a fairly smaller hole than it itself is, but it squishes into it as it burrows, and burrows into the ground and starts to leave.
I just like find as much dirt as I can and fill in the hole.
All right. So it's out of there. And that's where this combat comes to a conclusion. You guys were able to save the dwarven woman and her baby. And also, I guess we'll need to do the role play next time, because we usually do 1 hour recording sessions and we're a little over. So next time we will come back and see how everything falls out after they have met when they meet this dwarven woman, and how they interact with each other as they decide where they want to go next, having encountered these slug things, and if they want to do anything with them at all. So that's what I have. Remember that if you guys want to support the Inn of Planar Crossroads, you can do that by going to Patreon, subscribe to our locals, or by contacting us directly. And you can also support Avenue Studios, who Mason's dad is over there. That's Jacob from Avenue Studios. So there you go. He went full-time DM recently as of recording. So you can check him out on startplaying.com, I think it is. And that's what I've got. You kids want to say anything before we head out?
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.
That was my fault. I started the recording without starting. I started talking without starting the recording. So. All right. All done.
Okay.
Hi. That was awesome.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
Can't wait to do that again.
Well, hopefully next week we'll be able to get another set of the story in and see what happens.
Can you please help me now?
I'll help you in a minute. You can bring it up here. I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay.